Operations are ramping up across the country, but you're going to see a ramp up of operations in New York. You're going to see a ramp up of operations continue in LA. And, Portland, Seattle. I mean, all these sanctuary cities that refuse to work with ICE.
Okay, so that's the border czar, Tom Homan.
Yeah, so you heard that. You see that, right? So Tom Homan is ramping up the ICE deportations in all these sanctuary cities that the Democrats love so much and are trying to protect their illegal alien criminals at any cost, because if they don't have the illegals, they have no votes. That's basically the bottom line. Anyway, what is up, my fellow patriots? How y'all doing out there in America? Land of the free, home of the brave. Me, the Wicked Wizard, back with another video. It's about the ICE necessities and sanctuary cities. And without further ado, let's roll the tape.
As he mentioned, ICE could soon ramp up enforcement in Portland, Oregon, but not before the riots hit the streets of that Dem-led city overnight. This is how it went.
This is the stuff that Democrats
So the violence
defend.
against federal agents already erupting in the sanctuary city, and officers issuing an order for everyone to leave that area. In addition, the far-left activists set up a guillotine in front of an ICE facility.
How nice.
And for good measure, they burned an American flag. Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons with me now, and sir, good morning to you.
See, now that right there was what Donald Trump was talking about. If you're burning a flag in order to incite a riot, you should be able to get locked up for that. It's not just burning a flag, it's doing it to incite a riot.
The question was whether or not Portland and Seattle and Chicago are going to get the treatment soon, whether or not they have to concede. But just looking at this order from a judge in California blocking the National Guard from going into California, can you beat that, sir?
Bill, I tell you what the biggest problem is just what you showed, right? They're not trying to stop our operations. They're just out having lawlessness. So I think going forward, we're going to have to work with all our federal partners and all local law enforcement to stop these crazy radical left protesters, because there's no place for this in our society. And on top of that, it takes local law enforcement resources away from the people who actually need it to deal with these crazy activists. It's unreal.
Does.
Okay, so what?
Totally unreal. And these activist judges looking to block everything that Donald Trump's trying to do at every turn. It's insanity. They have never done this to any other president in this fashion and in this amount of lawfare. They're still going at him, even after the Supreme Court made the ruling that the local judges cannot interfere with things that are for the entire country. What does a activist leftist judge in New York City have to do with things going on in other parts of the country? They do not, but they still go at it, and this is what the Democrats want.
What about the miners and that flight that was prevented from going to Guatemala? Can that be revisited?
Yeah, that can be revisited. And unfortunately, I can't really discuss that because we already are in legal talks right now with the Department of Justice working on our options. But I would just say that, kind of like the one person in that spot hit before, these children have parents in another country, and it's our job to go ahead and reunify them. And on top of that, it was one of President Trump's main priorities with this immigration enforcement pickup was identifying and finding more than 300,000 unaccompanied children that came to the United States. So we're still going to keep that mission going. We're still going to attempt to locate these children, many of which...
I believe it's really over 350,000. And Biden did nothing to try to find these children. He enabled them to get lost in the system. He pushed them out. His goal to the people in charge of the facilities was to just release the children to anybody willing to take them. They didn't check to see if they had a safe living space or anything like this. You just gave them away. And if that's not a evil thing to do, I don't know what is.
We found in slave labor type situations, sex trafficking. So that's still our number one priority, is the protection of these children.
Wow, okay, quite the story there. Let's move to Kristi Nome's appearance on CBS. We're going to play a...
Have you heard about this, seen this one yet? CBS is at it again, where they are just deceptively editing videos and making it appear to be something they are not. If I do that here on the Googles, on the YouTubes, and I don't check a box saying that I did that, my whole channel gets banned. But here we go. CBS can do whatever they want, huh? Over the public airways. I don't know.
Clip. Now, she says half of her answer was cut out. This is how it went on Sunday.
The one thing that we will continue to do is to make sure that he doesn't walk free in the United States of America. This individual was a known human.
So you seen that? They cut it, right? This is the uncut response. They cut it off right there.
Smuggler, MS13 gang member, an individual who was a wife beater, and someone who was so perverted that he solicited nude photos from minors, and even his fellow human traffickers told him to knock it off. He was so sick in what he was doing and how he was treating small children. So he needs to never be in the United States of America, and our administration is making sure we're doing all that we can.
So what the viewers should understand is screen left is what did not air, and screen right is what was cut out, basically. CBS says this: Secretary Nome's Face the Nation interview was edited for time and met all CBS News standards. The entire interview is publicly available on YouTube, and the full transcript was posted earlier this morning.
Yeah, but nobody looks at the full transcript. You got these leftists that just see these clips. They don't go any further. They don't have any cognitive thinking ability. They don't, look into things. It's just disgusting, CBS.
Read a transcript. We do, because it's kind of in our business and it's our job. I can imagine some people go to YouTube and see that. What do you make of her claim and CBS's response?
Well, it's very disheartening, the fact that they want to go ahead and stop Secretary Nome from telling the truth about this, this egregious offender, right? So to your point, Bill, no one's going to read a transcript or no one's going to go to YouTube. You had millions of viewers at that time, the Sunday morning show, watching that and have, key parts of that conversation cut out. It's not right. Under President Trump's administration with Secretary Nome, she's committed us to being transparent, and that's what we're doing. The American people need to know exactly who we are arresting. In the last administration, we were always on the defense when it came to media, but now we want to make sure that public actually knows what the men and women of ICE are doing out there every day. In that interview, she told about this offender and why he needs to be deported back to his country. And I think, it's a shame that they would go ahead and edit that, because this person isn't a Maryland man. He's a criminal alien from Maryland, El Salvador, that's living in Maryland, that we need to take off the streets.
Okay, Todd Lyons, thank you for your time, sir.
And so it turns out, looks like that Kilmar Albrego Garcia there, the darling of the left, the Maryland man, the Maryland dad, is actually going to be deported to some little teeny African nation because he claimed he felt unsafe in like 22 other nations. And so they found a little place no one ever heard of, and that's where he's going to be deported to. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments below. Is the sanctuary cities, are they good ideas? Are they sanctuary for anybody besides criminals? That's what it seems to me, that the only people that seek sanctuary there are the criminals. Certainly not the people that live there. Certainly not the business owners. Certainly not the minority, the people of color that own businesses in these cities that are getting robbed on a daily basis. And there's never any justice, no repercussions. Paying is optional in these sanctuary states, so you don't have to go in and to a store and take stuff out and pay for it. You just go in the store and take stuff out. You're not going to get arrested, and if you do, you're out the next day, and then the charges will be dropped. It's crime-infested hellholes. This is what the Democrats want. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it out far and wide. I'm also experimenting with this Wondershare demo creating software. I have not committed to anything. I'm just wondering if it's coming across okay, video quality, audio quality wise. Please let me know down in the comments below. I need to find something that is going to give me a good recording each time I upload a video. And anyway, again, let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. And until next time, my fellow patriots, peace out. Peace out.